The coronavirus has shut down theaters across the country, of course, and the lights have dimmed on New York's famed Broadway. Several actors have tested positive for the coronavirus. They include Broadway veteran Danny Burstein. He's known for his award-winning performances in musicals like Fiddler on the Roof. We spoke to Burstein about his fight against the virus, which he described in a recent essay for The Hollywood Reporter. Broadway veteran Danny Burstein has earned 6 Tony nominations, performing in shows like South Pacific, Cabaret, and playing Tevye in Fiddler on the Roof. He was widely tipped to earn another this year for his performance in Moulin Rouge, the musical.
Moulin Rouge is a sight of mind.
But in mid-March, the coronavirus closed Broadway, and a week later, attacked the actor himself. And what did you feel in the beginning?
I felt like I had a little bit of allergies.
The 55-year-old Burstein, who's married to actress Rebecca Luker, says he soon developed a fever, listlessness, and crushing headaches.
It felt like a migraine on steroids, but it got worse and worse and worse over the days.
At one point, you were coughing up blood?
Yeah, I'd been coughing up blood for 2 or 3 days. And of course, it scared me, but my doctors told me, you know, just hang on. As long as you're not having trouble breathing, you should be okay.
But then, while taking a shower,
I started to have trouble breathing, real trouble breathing. And I fell on my knees. And,
in the shower?
In the shower. I called out loudly, I think I need to go to the hospital.
What were you thinking at that point, Danny?
I was thinking that I hope I hadn't waited too long.
His wife, Rebecca, and youngest son, Zach, helped him get to Mount Sinai Morningside Hospital, where Burstein was isolated in the COVID unit. You wrote that you felt surrounded by death in the hospital.
I was. I could hear it. I was next to the nurses' station, and I heard them talking about it. I heard them rushing to rooms. There was someone who would speak over this loud God mic, and all the nursing staff would freeze.
His third day in the hospital, Burstein says, was his worst. On a trip to the bathroom, he found himself gasping for breath again.
And I had that scary moment in this tiny little bathroom thinking, oh God, this is not the way it can't end this way. In this stupid bathroom when no one's going to know I'm in here.
He staggered back to his room and told a nurse.
And I was sputtering. I couldn't breathe. And she goes, yeah, besides not being able to breathe, are you okay? And I just broke up laughing.
Telling you not to panic. Everybody was in the same boat.
Exactly. And I'm sure she'd seen much worse. Yeah. So her nonchalant attitude made me relax, actually.
You had a pair of doctors who had names that you said were very comforting to you.
Yes. One was named Dr. Gandhi and the other was named Dr. Krishna. And they were both kind and smart and comforting, and I greatly appreciate their expertise.
After 5 days in the hospital, Burstein finally was discharged. How did it feel to walk out the door?
It felt surreal, like I wasn't sure that it would happen. When I left my apartment building, when I left the lobby, I prayed that it wouldn't be the last time that I was seeing my lobby.
How do you feel mentally now that you've been through all this?
I feel a little fragile, but incredibly grateful at the same time. Grateful for my breath. They tell me that I'm now immune. So
congratulations.
Yeah, so I'm like a freaking superhero.
Do you think you'll be back on Broadway someday?
Hell yes. Absolutely. We will. How we will is yet to be discovered.
But I'll tell you, the first night you're back on the stage, that's going to be a heck of a night.
It is. It is. I can't wait. And I feel sorry for the first guy who coughs in the audience.
When Danny Burstein is back on Broadway, rush to see Danny Burstein when he's back on Broadway because he's terrific. So is his wife, Rebecca Luker. They're both amazing performers and singers. She, by the way, had the coronavirus as well, not as severely, and she's doing fine now. So that's a recovery story that is really nice to hear. Gail.
Yes. Oh, Anthony, I can't say enough about Danny Burstein. I can't wait to see him on Broadway on stage again. Number one, his story was so descriptive, which I liked, because we so take breathing for granted. And for him to spell it out the way he did, I felt like we were all there with him. I also loved how he gave a shout out to his doctors, kind and gentle and smart. Just another reminder about the work that the people are doing, and people like Danny are surviving because of it. Oh, what a great, great interview.